we have a long haul for you guys today. So there will be probably two, good chance, two times that we have to get fuel. We are in Aberdeen, Scotland, and we're going all the way to Hungary. So strap in, guys, because this is going to be a long one. Game time at 39 hours. Let's go. Let's see. And we have a heavy haul as well going on here. But I got rid of our speed limiter. So our max speed is higher than 90 kilometers as it used to be. So we'll see what we do. And then in our next episode, which may be our next drive, a very good possibility, we should be getting another vehicle. And I believe we will be taking something a different type, because apparently there's an achievement for having one and owning and driven one of each truck make. So we might go with a man, or we might go with something else. We'll have to see. Does Opel make one? I can't remember. There's a few companies. We'll look to see what there is, and we'll have to see what's in our area. So I'll have to look around in Hungary to see what I can find. And then, yeah. And then we will be taking what we can. So of course this is starting early morning on a Friday, around 1:30 in the morning. We're currently at, and it is saying an estimate time of 4:30 Saturday afternoon is the time we'll get there at the rate that we're going. This isn't too heavy of a haul, but it's slightly a heavy haul. Now the last one that I did from Glasgow to Aberdeen. It wasn't very long of a drive, but it was an escorted one. Because I've been trying to aim more towards what's the best per kilometer, best euro per kilometer. And lately is what I've switched it up. My sorting has been switched that it shows per kilometer, and so we're getting the best value for our distance. But not always do I take the best value. Like this one was the second best value. The other option was to go to France, but this one was worth 100,000 overall, and I was like, you know what, it may not be the best per kilometer, but it is definitely had the value amount that I would like to have. Plus it gets us into a new country. We're going to Hungary, guys. We're going in the soon we will have been in every country, and then we'll just have to worry about discovering the entire map, all the roads, because there's an achievement for 90% of the roads, or maybe it's 100%, I can't remember. but last I checked, we were around 6%, so we're probably up around 7 to 8 now. So it's hard to say, guys. Like there's a lot of roads, and then once we've discovered those, then maybe I'll consider adding the Pro mod on, where it gives us even more places to discover. Now, I found that the top speed that this truck will go is around 145. Which is quite the speed. And then I found here in the UK, on the main highway, when it drops down in speed, there's a really good reason. Like when I'm hauling at 140 and it dropped down in speed, I lost control slightly because the curves were just too sharp, slightly too sharp. And so it explained why it was dropping by like 10 miles per hour. Because here in the UK, they do it in miles per hour. And of course, when I first got into the UK, I think it was nighttime. And I'm a Canadian. And so I drive on the right side in real life. And instantly I had this little jolt of fear go through me, feeling like someone's driving on the wrong side of the road when someone's coming at me on the right side of the road, and instead of the left, and it just felt weird. But it quickly went away, and I haven't had it since, so that's always good. Kind of too bad there's no big highway between Aberdeen and Glasgow or Edinburgh, that we have to take roads like this. It can be slightly a pain in the ass, especially when you get trapped behind another big truck. It's okay. It's all good. I mean, I'm not gonna complain, of course. Well, I guess I am slightly complaining, but I mean, it's enjoyable taking these roads as well. But it's just slightly nicer to have different, having two lanes so you can pass more easily. We're going into a direction I have not headed before. Police car's already got its blinker on. It's a weird bump onto the road. So as you see, it says 60 there, but in the corner on my GPS, it says our max is 97. It's the speed limit. And that's because on our GPS we're set up for kilometers, whereas see, some of these curves, like my vehicle just doesn't turn sharp enough. Turn so easily. In real life, well, at least in Canada, this is what you'd be seeing. If the speed limit's 100, truckers would be doing about 110. Be nice if the GPS marker had have an indication of which way is north, like on a real GPS. The one in my actual car, it doesn't turn like this one does. It's always north is always up, and so the indicator of the vehicle turns is what turns. We're heading, so if we were to get off here, we'd be heading towards Edinburgh. And so we're heading towards Sheffield. So this has got to be southbound. That's what we're doing at this very moment. I don't know why that vehicle slowed down to almost a halt. So we have to keep our eye on our fuel, because this takes two tanks worth, roughly. Now we're down to a single road, normal highway road, single lane highway. And we're doing 40 over, damn. That one was close. We were driving on the line. But hey, we want to shave off time, right? We want to get there quick. Just makes our dollar per hour much more valuable. These passing dividers don't always make a whole lot of sense. 30 miles here. $3,600 from Catalan. Thank you, Catalan. Hopefully you get a job wherever you, unless you just return to Berlin, then I guess you definitely will be finding another job. But if you're in another city, I hope you find a job so you're not costing me money to come back. This is gonna take a while waiting to get past this truck. Honestly, the license plates, I like them a lot. The European license plates a lot better than here in North America. Mind you, in Europe, it indicates the country you're from. I'm not sure if it indicates your state or province in some sort of way. I can't remember, but I know it definitely states what country you come from. And I don't know, I find it really much more interesting than ours. In North America, we have ours split up among provinces and states, but that's because land mass wise, we're a lot bigger. Or area wise, I should say. Because Canada is the second largest in the world for area that they own. But if you just went by land mass alone, I think we're down around 12th. I'm thinking. I think USA, if it was land mass alone, not including lakes, then I think USA is the second largest land mass wise in the world. I was reading. Yeah, Canada land mass wise is not very large because Canada has a lot of lakes. Canada's got the most fresh water in the world of any country. So yeah, so when you take out all the lakes, and you take out the bit of the ocean that our border goes along, Canada is not would not be classified as the largest, or the second largest, I mean. Good old UK. Reliable on a train. Or so I hear. I've never actually been there. Well, I've been in London for, I don't know, 9-10 hours at a roughly a 10-hour layover one time, and so I went and took a hop on hop off bus and in London, and that day was nice. But what I hear is it's a very cloudy, very rainy country or island. Or at least that's what the jokes are made about the island. I think we hit the guardrail there. I know, guys, that it's raining, but we can at least do the speed limit of 80. I had hauled one of those trailers before. Went to a farm, picked up an E-acre haul. Thank you, truck driver. Man, everyone just slows down because it's raining. Ridiculous. Not that hard of a rain. What are you doing, trucker? Sometimes the AI just makes no sense whatsoever. Switching lanes for no visible reason. Still got 800 kilometers before we need fuel, which is good. I think we've shaved off a full hour from the expected delivery time. Probably I think an hour and a half we've shaved off so far. We're up to 3 lanes now. And of course this guy gets in my way. And the bridges only do 2 lanes in this country, or this island. Because it's, I don't know, do you call the UK one country or 2 countries? Because this game kind of makes it out as though they're just the same country. And I guess they have a shared government, right? Parliament. And it represents all of the UK, right? I don't know. I know they have a shared monarchy for sure. Alright. Now we got some sun. We've drove away from the rain. We're doing about 125. Between 125, 130. Like I said, I could get this up to 140, and on the downhill I think it got up to 145 at max, but it makes it harder to control. But at the same time, I don't mind speeding to shave off some time. Just, again, you're only being paid per kilometer. You're not being paid by the hour. So the more deliveries you can make per day, the better, especially if they're small. Depending on the price. So you want to make it worth your time too. So this is about $30 euros per kilometer. I think we are getting paid. Which, by my understanding, that's more than, this game is actually quite lenient, by my understanding, when it comes to giving price per kilometer. By my understanding, you make it a lot less in real life. But most games, simulators, you're making more than reality. I mean, like, look at farming simulator. Crop doesn't grow within a day. That's BS. Like, your profits would be a lot lower if it was reality of showing how much it costs to maintain your vehicles, but then again, there's certain aspects of this game that's like harder than reality too, like how much you're paying in your loan per day, like 10,000 euros per day I'm paying towards my loans, like, or maybe possibly more. Like, you wouldn't be paying a daily. Your loans aren't daily. You pay by the month, but in this year you're paying by the day. So there's a lot of different factors, and then without mods, you're paying more. Could be paying slightly more than reality when it comes to fuel as well. If I don't know the real prices in Europe right now for fuel, but I heard that. But the whole reason for the mod is because to bring down the prices based on real life amount. But if you want to if you're going to bring that down to real life, why don't you bring down everything to real life values? And then there's people that have made mods that are to give more real life loan values, like in the millions. And yeah, that's great if you want to buy a few trucks all at once and everything, but for me, no. Not. I like it this way. Most of the in-game stuff that comes with it is great. Like the mods that I like to add are certain ones that, like, no damage. I like that one. I like having turned off the need to sleep, and the speeding fines. I like having fines off. I like having sleep off. I like having that there's no damage, because sometimes it's not you. It is the AI does stupid stuff. You could be switching lanes, and all of a sudden they switch lanes and into you, or they do a stupid like brake check kind of crap. They brake extremely quickly, and it's like, oh my god. So yeah, there's certain aspects that are stupid in the game. So now we're going on part of the highway that we have been on before, or I have been on before. So yeah, and then graphics. I like to have graphics mods where you can probably put in your own picture. I haven't got that yet, but I'm sure there is one out there somewhere that you're able to put in your own picture as your profile picture. I know there's mods to put in your own company logo. If I was any good at graphic arts kind of thing, drawing graphics, that's probably something I would consider doing, putting that mod on. Then there's the mod, like I said, called Pro Mods, which adds more roads and more cities, which is great if you've completed everything, in my opinion. Then yeah, add that one, but I'm not interested in adding it until I get closer to completing everything, because like I said, the percentage of roads that we've discovered has been shot a small amount compared to reality. It's like how compared to what there's available on this game. So no point in really adding the pro mods at this time, in my opinion. And by the time I discover a lot, the next DLC will probably be out, because it's already been announced. Iberia which to me it seems like it would be, I think Iberia is like the Iberia Peninsula, which would be Spain, Portugal area. And so one, possibly two more countries. Hoping when they open it, they it includes Portugal. So yeah, there's a lot available. Like there's a lot to do. Like I still have some of the achievements that I have still yet to do is like unlock is to take certain types of cargo and travel certain ways. Like so when I came over to the British Isle, it was by train, and one of the achievements is to take each form of travel. So I have to go, I believe there's so there's the ship way as well, and then I don't know if there's a tunnel that you can drive as well, or if the tunnel is only the train. Ooh, that wasn't even in my blind spot. Or it was in my blind spot, I mean, it wasn't shown in my mirror. So my mirrors even have a blind, still don't cover all the blind spots, apparently. And so now we're on new road again, discovering some new road. As long as I didn't miss a turn. I wasn't paying attention to my GPS there, so could have missed a turn and not known. I'm kind of curious if Mark's going to be bringing any money in before our bank installment goes out. I wish it made noise when money comes in. Like it makes noise when money goes out, but when any of my employees brings in money, it doesn't make any noise, which is kind of annoying. Like I would like to be like, oh, there, Mark's brought in money, or oh, there, Catalan brought money in, but it doesn't thing. So sometimes I miss their money, or miss when it notifies me that they couldn't find a job or whatever. It's telling me about them, or that their experience went up. It could be nice if it made a small noise or something. Now Mark has gone up, and his daily average went up to 2,000 when I last checked, which was a couple drives ago. Which is nice, because beforehand it was like under $1,000. So okay, so we're back to the areas we have been, by the looks of it. Ooh. Like I said, these vehicles slow down for stupid reasons. Then the reason why I went all the way over to the far lane there was sometimes these cars accelerate very slowly. And it's annoying. Very annoying when they accelerate very slowly. Now the question is, will this vehicle beside me haul its ass or what by the time I need to pass someone? Okay, I think it's getting behind me. But yeah, the other thing about the AI is they'll come up and they'll slow down behind you, then they'll switch, and then they accelerate. And it's like, holy fuck. Like here, I had to slow down for it because it was doing under the speed limit, and now it's taking me forever to accelerate. Like, there is some stuff. Like, granted, I can make it that traffic's off. There's an option to turn off traffic. But then that makes it a little bit boring too. What, seeing nothing on the roads except for yourself. Like, hey, great, that's all awesome. I'm the only one on the road, nothing to worry about hitting. But then you have just boring. Like at nighttime, great. Makes sense. In the middle of the night, 3 a.m., nothing on the road. You're flying down the road because there's nothing there. Daytime? Come on, show me something. Also now getting options. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm getting options of 2 trailers. I think it's pretty cool. I have not tried it yet, so we might have to do that in the next episode. I've also considered possibly getting that World of Trucks. I think it's an extra little program, so you have to open up World of Trucks and it opens up the game. I've used it once years ago with an American truck driver, with a buddy of mine, but that profile is completely gone now, because when I logged in the other day, I had to make a profile because I had no profile, it said. Must have been on this road once before. Oh, is this the train again? Nope, I pushed down too hard on my button again. Must be the train again. Oh, there's the loan. I don't think Mark brought any money in. $10,122 between, I think there's 2 loans. 2 loans that I have. Maybe 3. I considered paying one completely off, but I thought, no, I'm going to keep the money, and that way I can buy a truck without having to take a loan out soon. I'm taking out a loan again, I should say. And just keep the loans that are currently out and just leave them alone. So yeah, this looks like it's the train again. I was hoping to take a ship or something, but sending me to France by train again. So it is what it is. The Channel Tunnel. Alright, so we gotta look for one that's got a green light. Alright, so this one's got a green light. Or is it the next one? It's the next one that's got a green light. This one's got a green light. Okay, here we go. There we go. We'll go back over to France. See, I was hoping to take that one, go from Dover over. There's also Plymouth, but that's out of our way. But we could have taken this one instead of taking the one we're doing. But that's okay. Then you have one that goes across from me. Folkestone to somewhere in the Netherlands. And one near Grimsby down to the Netherlands, and Grimsby to Denmark. And then you also have one in Newcastle upon Thames that goes to the Netherlands. I'm surprised I didn't send us down that way. Maybe more expensive, I don't know. We have 104. No, we don't. Alright, so the ferry's done and it's all travel time now. We got 1,750 kilometers to go. We have 274 kilometers on fuel, so it'll be soon time to get ourselves some fuel. And we're back to the right, being on the right side of the road instead of the left side of the road. So we'll have to remember that when driving. Get that back into our memory. Shouldn't take long. So at the end of this, we should be close to 200,000. And the signs are back to kilometers as well. It's one thing that also kind of surprises me about the UK is in the 70s. The whole reason why Canada switched from imperial to metric was because the UK had talked about it, and they ended up leaving the roads as imperial, was miles per hour, and or Canada switched it all to kilometers. So for me, miles per hour, because I was born after it changed, it confuses me. Well, I shouldn't say it confuses me. It's more when people talk, when I read things, and Americans are like, put something down in as a distance. I always have to read, especially the Mark's made 3600. Good job, Mark. Brought in 3600 for us. All right. So when they talk about it, it is they'll put down the imperial distance, and I have to see the metric distance to even get a grasp of how far something is. But at the same time, I understand stuff like feet better than meters, because of the way people just talk. It's kind of interesting. So I'll pick up some fuel here. 200 meters. So 200 meters I understand. Whereas if it's at 200 yards, I'd be like, huh? Or if it's at a quarter of a mile, I'd be like, no clue how far that is. Like, what exact, how long, how big is a quarter mile in reality? No clue. And then when it comes to weight, I know pounds better than kilograms. So whenever I get weighed and it says my kilograms at the doctor's office or wherever, I always have to figure out, okay, what was that in pounds? Because my scale at home has always been in pounds. Like most scales that you find or that you buy here in Canada are in pounds, and it's probably because they're made for America. They're the same products that are being sent to America, and so they just get sent up here too, and instead of making individual ones. But obviously the UK gets individual ones because they weigh themselves on what's called a stone. And that, to me, no clue. When someone says, "Oh, I'm 3 stones," okay, how much is a stone? Like what's supposed to be the measuring stone? Like stones come in different sizes, so how do you know which stone is the stone? Proper stone to weigh yourself or something like that. I don't know, like how people came up with some of these measurements. I don't know. Like the metric makes the most sense because it goes up by tens, and it makes sense. Like it's supposed to be one of the easiest. Metric system was designed to be easier than the imperial system that was designed by the Romans. And then as for stone that only Britain uses, as far as I know, I have no clue when or who created that system. And by my understanding, they're the only ones. Like a league, I think, is roughly 3 miles, but what exactly is a mile? Again, I don't know. Like I'd have to convert that into kilometers to have an idea. Like where are we going here? Okay, we're going this way. Okay, thank you for accelerating finally. Should have been accelerating the bottom there. Okay, we're heading into Belgium here. This is good because then we don't have to pay all those stupid road tolls that France has. That's just a pain in the ass, I tell you. So we're gonna have to get fuel one more time. Kind of too bad, but it doesn't hold enough. So when we get down, we can get a few hundred worth more. Then that'd be good. One of the things the game does is if you have to be escorted, it automatically charges you for a refill to fill up your tank. Even if you have enough fuel to do the mission, it will fill you, top your tank right off. That's for you to do the mission. It's kind of comical, but hey, well, I think we're going to be hitting a new road. No, we're not. We've turned here before, so. Oh yeah, because the other one takes us towards Rotterdam, which I believe is in the Netherlands. So, yeah, we've always taken this way. But the question is, will we go down in Luxembourg before we go into Germany, or into Germany skipping Luxembourg? That'd be it's going to be interesting to find out. And then once we've hit Austria, in Austria we should start seeing new roads for sure. Should see some before Austria, going into Austria from the German side as well, because I do believe we've only entered Austria from the Czech Republic, if I'm correct on my memory. We just lose some money. I know we filled up, but maybe that's from when we filled up. Alright, so it's going to send us into Germany. Alright. Which is fine. I mean, it doesn't matter if we went in towards Luxembourg or not. Not a big deal to me. But it would have been interesting to take another route. But now we're just flying down these roads. We've cut off quite a bit. We've cut off roughly 4 hours from our estimated time. If we look, we don't need to be there till Monday. We have lots of time to get there, so we're going to be there very early. I think if we had sleep system on, we might get a bonus for being early. I'm not 100% sure. But I don't. The sleep system is just, it's, in my opinion, it's slightly annoying, slightly stupid. Like, yeah, it's reality. Okay, I get that, but it only takes like a second, but you're having to move over and find somewhere to sleep, and so it takes a little bit of your driving time, in my opinion, having to find somewhere to sleep. And then you could get fined for not sleeping. And I mean, it's great if you want to do all your driving in the daytime. And hey, it's cool. I mean, if you want to make that part of the game, if you want to keep it as close to reality, that's great. Yeah, but thing is, like, let's face it, this game isn't reality. Nowhere is it going to be 100% reality. So, I mean, so it's not. I don't think it's a big deal if someone says, "Oh, I'm gonna play without having to sleep," and because you're wanting to build your business fast and everything. So I don't blame anyone for the way they play. Like, I play with speeding. Hey, I have no problem speeding, so I turned off the fines, so I'm not getting dinged constantly. Now there isn't. Apparently, someone made a mod where it reduces how often you get dinged. So there's a percentage of how many times. So the mod makes it kind of like you have a 10% chance that the police officer's going to fine you if you go by someone that while speeding. I'm not sure about the cameras, how the cameras work, because reality is the camera should ding you every time if you have it on, and then they've also reduced the cost of fines of when there's damage, when you get hit. And I think they've reduced how often it happens as well. Just because, again, quite often you're not the one that's at fault, and yet you're being charged a fine for being in an accident. So when the AI is not perfect. So, but for me, I just turned it off, because I think you've seen I've hit things many times, and I don't like the idea of it. So having a mod that stops it from getting damage is great. Now, I do wish it would still indicate needing to service my vehicle. I like the fact that it turns off the damages, but just regular maintenance should still be on, in my opinion. Now, if I knew how to do mods, I would do that, where making it that, okay, damage from hitting things off, your regular weekly or monthly maintenance, whatever the game had, keep that on. It still needs its maintenance, because that would be great to still have to pay for having to get an oil change and belts checked and whatever. But who knows? I'd probably, and if I was to make it, I'd make it that it would be, I don't know, every say every other Monday you needed maintenance or something. I'm not sure how I'd set it up. Because I wouldn't want to set it up that it's every 3,000 kilometers. Because that is way too often. I think in a normal car that's not normal, but in a truck, it's got oil change has got to be a lot longer in a truck, because truckers are driving that many kilometers every week. And if you had to do an oil change once or twice a week, that's a lot of oil changes. So I don't know what if you've ever driven if you're a truck driver, let me know, like, how often do you have to do standard maintenance on it? How many kilometers, like, between standard maintenance, or do you go on a monthly schedule, or how do you work it out? Like, if you're someone that's done it, or you know the information, let me know. That'd be greatly appreciated, because I would like it. I'd definitely like to know. Okay, it's one of these types of roads. These can be a little bit annoying sometimes because you don't know that you're See, the reason why I don't like how the map just turns and you're always pointing upwards is because you lose your sense of direction. Like, okay, am I now going west? Am I now going east? Like, what direction am I going? Like, what the hell? Like, that's why I wish there was a indicator of which way is north, so I know which direction I'm going. So I would think that I'm going southeast right now. Ideally, that's what it should be. But the sun is on my left, which would indicate to me, would make me think that I'm going northbound right now, which would not make sense to me. Like, why am I going northbound? But who knows? This is also a new road for me. As you can see, we're just discovering it. As you can see, the yellow is just starting to be painted onto it. Yellow indicates where you have been already. So I think they do these for the possibility of the idea of adding more to the game. I think that's why they add these roads that go nowhere. It is just for the possibility, and to show realistic roads and some formality, kind of. But I think it's partially for also the possibility of adding to the game. Yeah, because now we're going towards Hanover again, it says. I gotta get over. This year would kind of make sense why. Now it makes a little bit of sense why we went kind of north. So we can go east. So I don't know. I don't know where we're going to enter Austria. Like, do we enter from like Germany, from like by Munich, or are we going to be entering, going to go through Czech and then Austria and then Hungary? I don't know how this is. I don't really pay attention to the direction of what the GPS was going to take us through. And now there's a third lane being added. As you can, and so here would be what is typically in Germany would be zero limit, no limits, no speed limit for a regular car. Trucks still have a speed limit. Oh, we got a police helicopter checking. And there's something that happened on the other side. That's why there's a police helicopter there. And now that I'm sitting in the closer to the other side, it's painting the other side as well at times. We're almost up to 140. Berlin, and then probably going to head down towards Dresden. We'll probably turn before we hit Berlin. Oh, we're doing 146. Better slow down a bit. We've cut off quite a bit of time because we're now down to about 9:30 in the morning on Saturday is the estimate now. In real life, you'd never see a truck hauling its ass as fast as me. But again, this is a video game. How many of us that play Grand Theft Auto go out and actually steal cars and beat up random people or hookers or whatever? Like, it's a video game. We don't all play by trying to stay within the rules of the law. And that goes for this here. I don't play for the stay within the rules of reality, the rules of law. I play for the relaxing joy of hauling ass down a highway with some cargo, making money, trying to build up a company. Hell, my speedometer Doesn't even say what speed I'm going on the analog one. It's already maxed out. The needle's to the wall. Now it's slowly coming down because this a slight hill. But now it's going to go back up. And it's needle to the point again. This would probably be a whole lot easier with an actual steering wheel. It's an interesting bridge that we went under. I love those old style bridges. But in one of the other games that I play, which is Transport Fever, you don't get to simulate driving the vehicles or anything, but you set up the system and everything. You can't use those types of bridges for the very high speed trains, which is too bad. Because that's the type of bridges you start off with, and then you have to destroy and rebuild just to have the super high speed trains. Now there was a good on-ramp. Mind you, there's no one on the road to really bother us, but that was a good on-ramp, good length on-ramp. Canada, or at least Ontario, Canada, on a Friday night at this time, especially in the summer, roads would be busy. It'd be packed with people. Come on. You're gonna pass the guy. We'll get some fuel here. $1 or €1.27 per liter. 470 euros. Not cheap, but we've now got 1,500 kilometers worth of fuel. 599 liters. So that should be it for for fueling. Shouldn't need any more. So, and where are we headed now? What country is this? This is Czech Republic. So we went into the Czech. Okay. So when we go into Austria, I believe we'll have to go through Austria. We may have already been on that road. I'm not sure. But we've definitely not taken this way from Germany into Czech. I believe the only way I went into Czech was from Poland, so. Emergency phones, if you ever need one. You have lots of emergency phones in this tunnel. I think we'll just stay in this lane for a while. Got quite a few trucks here, or people to pass. It's not just truck, there's a cars as well to pass. And then I think we got enough space that we'll switch over to let the cars get in front. If they decide to go past us, that is. I don't think that car's going to be passing us anytime soon. There we go. Now we're just going to cruise. That car may pass us, may not. Not sure. And we're coming into Prague. We've discovered Prague. You know what? I'm going to go down here so I can catch this. This question mark. There we go. We've discovered it now. Go through this red light. It's just because I feel like it. So yeah, we've added a little bit of distance just because I wanted to pick up that question mark here in Prague. So did I tell you guys that I got us another garage, but in France? I'm just gonna go around you. I'm not waiting on the traffic. There's just too much traffic coming through. Pain in the ass sometimes, the traffic here. Certain corners just, you're just waiting too long if you wait on all the traffic. Let's keep our eyes open for another question mark. There is at least one more question mark that I see. So we'll keep our eyes open on where we have to go to get that one. Just might as well pick it up as well. So I think we just go straight through here. instead of turning. Should take us past that question mark there. To our left it says Warcraw, which I believe means is Warsaw in the language for that Czechs speak. I don't know if it's called Czechian that they speak, or what you would call it. Alright, so we should discover this. Yep, truck dealer. So we found truck dealership and we found a recruiting center. And there probably was a yellow building too. Orange or yellow. No, green. It would be green. Which indicates that it would be for sale, which is your garages. If you saw a green building in the map, then that means it was a garage that's for sale that you could buy if you wanted to. Cost about $100,000, I think, for a small garage. Which isn't bad. Cheaper than probably reality, especially when houses are like $500,000 for a 2-bedroom small, no property, no backyard. $500,000. Like it's ridiculous. The housing market right now in real life, just ridiculous. How much it costs. You need to pretty much be bringing in $100,000 a year to afford a house nowadays. It's just the price is just ridiculous for houses now. It's cheaper to rent than to have a mortgage. And for a lot of people. And I know because I've looked and I've compared price and how much it would cost me for a mortgage compared to how much I pay for rent. And it was just rent at the moment is way cheaper. So that's another thing about this game that is cheap, is the price that they charge you for stuff. Even the trucks, I believe, are cheaper in this game than what they would be in reality. I'm not sure. I'd have to look up the prices of trucks in real life. They're saying that we're going to get there around 7:50 in the morning now. Just because we're hauling ass here. The moon's out as well, trying to shine through those clouds. Unfortunately, we're not really going to see much of the mountains because it's going to be nighttime. And that's just part of life. That's part of the series. You gotta understand. Kind of too fast for that curve there. Vorkla. Yeah, that would be Warsaw and Poland. Oh, and we're coming up to an area that we've driven past before. But we won't be turning onto the land that we've done before, by the looks of it. Oh, no, we have driven. Now we're back on territory that we've driven before. Surprised it's not turning us towards Vienna. Oh. Yeah. That's my fault. But again, that's something. Okay, maybe. Yeah, totally my fault there. Should have stayed in my own lane. But at the same time, that vehicle could have slowed down. Could have seen me. In reality, it would have seen that I had my blinker on before it even got up to my trailer. It saw me pulling out, and it decided to still try to pass me. So, like, stuff like that is like, that's why it's annoying, and why you don't want damage on, because you do the right thing. You slowly pull out, and the person decides, and the AI decides, no, I'm going to pass you anyways. I'm going to speed up, and I'm going faster, so I'm just going to, instead of slowing down, I'm going to just try to pass you because you're not fully in the lane yet. And then, boom. My sun visor blocks the light of the moon. It's good for the daytime, it sucks at nighttime, because you see less of the moon or the sky, the stars. Mind you, there's lots of clouds right now, but there's some stars out there. The moon's fully visible. It's quite clear right around the moon area, and there's a big opening with no clouds there. I don't think we'll be seeing any more money coming in from either of my workers, because they're probably both asleep right now, because they like to sleep during nighttime. They don't do a whole lot of night drives. Kind of surprised this is only an 80 zone. Sala brat is a lava. Isn't that? Alright, we discovered it. Isn't it one of the places where the World Junior Cup was this past year? For the 2020 World Junior Cup. I think they used that, like it was Prague was the main place, but I mean, I think this was here had an arena as well. Alright, so now we're up to some good speed. This way towards Budapest. Which is in Hungary, so we're not going. Don't have to go through Vienna to get there. Maybe we don't even have to go through Austria there yet. I don't. No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you have to still go through Austria. I don't think the Czech Republic is attached to Hungary, but I could be wrong. I don't see a flag there. Ooh, that was close. Alright, we got 4 hours left, folks. Tell me what you think of this longer episode, these long missions. Like, yes, they can be a little bit on the tedious side, like very long. And I try to talk as much as I can, but what can, like, I don't know, maybe you guys don't really enjoy it. Like, just let me know. I know I've gotten some comments. One guy keeps telling me he loves my work, which I appreciate. Thank you very much. I love that you love my work. Oh, is the other guy going faster? Like, come on. If you're in the fast lane, you should be passing. Oh, come on. Which one's going to pass who? Jesus fucking Christ, guys. Let's do a blockade, alright? I've had this in real life, but it wasn't a truck. It was a car that slowed down to go the same speed as a truck to prevent me from passing one time. And trucker eventually put on its brakes and allowed me to pass the asshole that didn't want, was doing everything to try to prevent me from passing him. Come on. Pass him already. There's a lineup behind us, guys. Move over already. Oh, Catalan was still working. And she's leveled up. That's good. Come on, truck. Move the fuck over. Asshole. Like, he should have moved the fuck over. Like, in reality, he was doing what's an asshole move. But not, especially when you had plenty of space to finally move over. I'm pretty sure I ended up cutting that other truck off, causing the other truck to put on its brakes just so I could get around the guy that was in front of me. And because of what I said, if I ever become monetized, this video will be demonetized because of my language. But that's okay. I don't know if I'll ever hit monetized. You need a heck of a lot more subscribers to get monetized. And then I need a heck of a lot of viewing hours from you guys. Oh shit. Bus broke down, I guess. 153 kilometers, guys. We've almost made it. And we gotta turn towards Budapest. Fuck. That was definitely my fault. Okay, bus, get out of my way. Or truck. Don't see anything now. And this is no problem. You have no peripheral vision, you don't see much, and then you have to try to rearrange your view again. So I think we're in Hungary. I'm guessing we are. I'm guessing Czech Republic does attach right to Hungary. I don't remember seeing flags. I remember a spot and it looked like we were, and I mentioned, and I said, I don't see any flags, because that looked to me like a border crossing point, because they always put parking right at the border crossing, and then there was a European sign, I'm pretty sure, but I couldn't read it, but it looked like it had the star circle made of stars that the Euro symbol is, their flag, and inside would be the name of the country that you're going into. But because it's middle of the night, I couldn't see anything, and I didn't see it. In most of the spots, they also have a flag's flying, and yet I didn't see any flags there. So let me know in the comments below if you actually saw flags when we came into Austria or Hungary, like when we left Czech Republic. Like, was that the spot where I commented about not seeing flags? Was that where we crossed in? And did we go directly right into Hungary, or or was there two crossing points? One where we went into Austria and then one where we went into Czech Republic? Like, I do not know if there was a point where crap, this vehicle. Ooh, there's a trailer on fire, and it's a tanker too. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. Yeah, it's going to have us turn because the road doesn't go any further. At least in game it doesn't go any further. So we have to turn here. So yeah, like Pro Mods I think would have more added there. I'm not sure. And preferred they've even gone to some other countries as well. That I think what would be kind of cool is that, like, for them to keep adding DLCs to just extend, because you can go all, like, there's 3 continents that you can drive into, all from starting in one continent, and that's so Europe can extend into Asia and it can extend into Africa. But I think they're just right now they're just trying to focus on hitting all the European countries, which makes sense. But at the same time, I think it would be good to eventually just have the game extend right into Asia and Africa as well. But then, is it really called European truck driver anymore? Because you're not going into Europe, right? Not staying in Europe. I think I went too far. Yeah. And then we'll turn here. Okay, so the lights turn right into the property by the looks of it. Yeah, so we made a mistake there, but that's okay. See, this is one thing I like about North America better, is the lights are across the road, on the other side of the road, so you can see, instead of them being on your side, and you can't really see. Alright, so we've made it all the way into whatever town, city this is in Hungary, guys. We drove all the way from Scotland down to Hungary with one train trip, a train trip to get us across the ocean. Or the sea, the North Channel Sea. Alright. So we're detaching there. And we've made 104,000. And we've went up 2 levels. So we should have a new skill. And I like doing this. Oh. Do we have 2? We have more that we can do? Can we do 2? There we go. Yeah. We got 2 skills. Sweet. So, gone up. We're going to go up to rank 5, which is up to 30% of fuel saved when driving with trailer, and up to 30% of fuel saved when driving free. There you go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it was a longer one. If you liked it, give it a like. Give me comments on what you thought about this down below. If you're new here, subscribe, ring that bell so you'll get notified when you're getting a new one. I'm not going to promise you that it's every day at the same time. Quarantine right now. I'm trying to get out videos a little bit more often because I don't have a whole lot to do, but I'm not guaranteeing you any certain days right now of when things are coming out. So if you want to know when the next one comes out, hit that bell button, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.